Okay, so let me just apologise in advance for just a lot of things. First of all, for the fact that I'm wearing zero makeup. You could probably hear my computer buzzing in the background because I did actually move my setup upstairs into this room. I'm currently upstairs, as opposed to before being in the living room with my computer and stuff, which, yeah, so I've now moved it up here because I just thought it would be nicer. And this is just a sheet behind me that I use to cover the window because there's no curtains in here. And I didn't want to buy curtains, so I'm just using a sheet because why not? And yeah, both of the cats are in here, so you can already see Babby's there. So if you hear any random background noises, it's probably them or my computer. Anyway, I'm making this video because, bless you, some stuff's been happening and I kind of just wanted to make a video talking about everything instead, because like I don't have any clips to compile together because I haven't been vlogging. Oh my god, Leo, please stop it. So yeah, I haven't been vlogging. Last Sunday I went to play poker at the regionals tournament that I told you guys about, and it went absolutely atrociously. So I vlogged slightly beforehand saying, you know, yeah, we're going to the regionals, but then I ended up going and crying my eyes out and just feeling like shit for the entire day, so obviously I didn't vlog the rest of my day then. And since then, yeah, thanks Leo, since then other stuff has happened as well, which has prevented me from vlogging also. So today is, can you stop it? Today is Saturday and I'm probably uploading this the same night that I'm recording it, so yeah, it's like the actual day. And what I really wanted to talk about was what happened on Thursday. So yeah, not much has gone on in the week other than just me playing poker. A bad incident actually happened on Wednesday. Yeah, I've been, you know, it's really hard for me to make this video with cats, it really is, because they keep trying to move the camera. And if I lock them out, they'll just scratch the door. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. So if I make any cuts in this video, it's probably due to them, so I'm sorry. Because I didn't want this to be like a cut video, just wanted to just really open up and talk about my emotions and stuff. So I've been very bad lately emotionally. Like, my anger has really gotten out of control and it's starting to really fuck up everything around me because of the way that I act due to my anger. Like, I have outbursts and all that kind of stuff. So when I get angry, it's like if I have no way to express the anger, it will just come out badly. Usually I'd like to remove myself from a situation in which I get angry, but sometimes it's not always possible to do that. Like, I can't always just constantly keep walking away and coming back, because if I'm in the middle of doing something, I don't want that to get screwed up. But it's really difficult. When I can, I will usually take myself away from a situation when I get angry because I don't want to upset anyone. And that's exactly what happened on Wednesday. I got to this guy and he had a massive go at me about it, and then I just sort of crumbled because I'm not used to people sort of just going off on me like that. I know I was completely in the wrong. Yes, I was not being good, but there was a man who was purposely provoking me in order to get a rise out of me, and as a result I sort of just flipped out, and you know, it was bad, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's entirely my fault. It's like, if you're purposely trying to get a rise out of someone and purposely continuously pissing them off, it's like, what do you expect's gonna happen? I'm not very good at controlling my emotions, and I know that, and I admit that, and I just feel so guilty all the time because of it, and I really want to help myself, which I am trying to get help about it actually, because I saw my doctor about it. I'm trying to get help, but obviously it doesn't just happen instantly. It takes a long time to get these things under control. So I'm trying to sort out my emotions because they have been running absolutely wild, and it sort of leads up to Thursday. So if you don't want to hear me talk about graphic periods, basically I'm going to be talking about periods and stuff to do with that. So if you don't want to hear about that, I suggest you probably just click away. I'm going to be talking about that for pretty much the rest of the time, so I don't know if there's any point in you skipping past me talking. So if you don't want to hear about it, then, you know, I apologise, but this has really, I need to talk about it and about what's happened and what's going on. So it's going to be graphic, and trigger warning about pregnancy slash miscarriage. Before I go into it, I want to say that I am 90% sure it's not miscarriage what happened to me. That's only been confirmed today, really, because I've had to do a pregnancy test to see if it was that or not. So anyway, I will just get into the story now, because I've warned you, I've given you pretty much enough of a forewarning. So yeah, let's get into what's going on. So my period was about 3 weeks late, and I'm kind of used to this now because my last sort of couple of periods have been erratic, all over the place. I don't even expect it to come on time because there's something going on with my body. I think it's due to me being underweight that I have irregular periods. And oh, an absolutely fabulous time for my camera battery to die. Okay, anyway, where was I? I think I was talking about my periods being irregular. So yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't surprise me that it comes late. So basically yesterday I woke up and I was in pain, and I'm like, okay, yeah, my period is probably coming now. And yeah, it was that familiar type of pain where I just know. So I ran myself a hot bath to just try and relax, get in the bath, and I ended up sitting in there for like an hour because I just really needed to be in the water because, you know, I was hurting a bit. So I'm gonna be going into kind of some detail here, so if you don't want to hear, then just skip past. But when I stood up, just a bunch of, obviously, blood came dripping out of me, and there was some sort of like, you know, like tissue like blood, which can happen sometimes with periods. I know that this doesn't mean that it isn't my period, which is what I've been confused about, whether it was my period or not, and it seems like it is, but it just doesn't make sense to me, and I'm about to explain why. So I, you know, start feeling a bit more pain, and then I feel like I have to go to the toilet, and it turns out that I then proceeded to have like diarrhea. Sorry for the TMI once again, but this is going to be very TMI what I'm telling you, because I just want to put this information across to see if somebody can sort of figure out what it is. Because if I want to see a doctor about it, I'm not going to be able to see a doctor like instantly, so that's why I'm just sort of appealing. I posted about this also on a message board, and I got some feedback there, but so that happened. I was now in extreme pain at this point. I was hurting so bad I could not actually do anything because I was in so much pain, and it gradually just increased and increased and increased until I was at the point where I felt like I was actually going to die because I was in that much pain. And I am not even exaggerating. I was almost screaming. I actually wanted to scream from how much pain I was in. I was going absolutely insane due to the amount of pain that I was feeling. I have never ever felt pain like that in my life, and I have had painful periods, let me tell you, and I have never ever experienced anything that measures up to what I felt. My phone is just going crazy, sorry. And it was just absolutely awful. My camera's dying again. Oh my god. It was just the most frustrating thing when I'm trying to record like a sit down video and the camera just isn't charged. I'm like just trying to do this. I keep just charging the battery a little bit and starting it up again, so sorry. But anyway, the pain, like nothing I felt before in my life, and I actually considered calling an ambulance because I was in that much pain. I am not exaggerating. I still stand by what I said. That was fucking off of the charts of any pain I felt. It was just absolutely fucking the worst thing I've ever felt. I cannot think of anything worse than that. Like, I felt like I was gonna throw up and die and just everything. I couldn't eat, I couldn't take a painkiller because I couldn't swallow it. The ones that I had there, like these little round ones, I couldn't get it down my throat, and I felt sick, and it's like, oh, I can't cope with this. I was just bawling my eyes out and just writhing around on the floor, just doing anything, trying to get into a position, but nothing helped and nothing stopped the pain. And I ended up calling my mum, and I'm like, Mum, just help me. I was just crying down the phone to her, just like, I can't do this. And she came over with a hot water bottle and some capsule painkillers, which thank God for those, because they are so easy to swallow, like you can't not swallow them. So that was kind of a lifesaver for me at that point, and obviously the hot water bottle did help as well. But for about, I'd say 2 straight hours I was in that pain, and I'm like, this must be what labour feels like. But actually it's worse because you don't get any break between like the contractions or whatever. It was, for me, this pain was constant, and all the while obviously I was bleeding while it was happening. So my mum told me that I might have actually had a miscarriage, which I kind of didn't believe, because I'm like, oh come on, there's no way. Like, I've been wanting to be pregnant for so long, and I'm having so many problems in that department that I thought it's never gonna happen, I'm never gonna get pregnant. But I guess it didn't surprise me if I did have a miscarriage, because my body, I'm very underweight, and it would make sense why that could happen, because if you're underweight you're more at risk from not being able to have a healthy sort of pregnancy. But I thought, I just don't think I am, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know what was true, and I'm like, how could that have been a period? That can't have been a period. Like, what was that? Because it wasn't. Like, or it is still happening, I am still bleeding. So I'm like, I looked up, you know, things about miscarriages, and it seemed to resonate with me. The only thing that didn't resonate with me is just the timeline between me, like when would I have even got pregnant, how early could have this miscarriage been, that sort of stuff just doesn't really add up to me, because I never know when I ovulate or anything like that. It's just really irregular. I'm not even sure if I even really can get pregnant, because I just don't know what my body's doing. So I posted on a message board about it. Some people told me to do a pregnancy test, and that it would still come up as positive if I was miscarrying, or if I've had a miscarriage, because, you know, it can last like up to like 10 days of bleeding if you are having a miscarriage. So I have just done a pregnancy test, and it was absolutely negative. As usual, every time I have ever done one, I'm like, I pretty much know it's going to be negative, and I'm just waiting for it to be negative. I always just wish it would say positive. I guess not in this circumstance, because, you know, it sucks to miscarry a child. I don't think it would affect me that much, just because if it was true, because it's so early. that the baby hasn't developed properly or anything at that stage, if it's only like a few weeks into the pregnancy. I didn't feel anything though. I didn't feel emotional at all. I'm like, aren't I supposed to feel emotional? Because I could, but then because I couldn't 100% confirm it, I'm like, in the back of my mind I'm like, there's no way that happened, like, come on. So I think it's been confirmed that no, I haven't, but I just wasn't sure and I wanted to be sure, and I don't know if I still can be 100% sure even with the negative pregnancy test, but I really don't think I have. But it just, I don't know how to explain what happened to me, basically. I don't know how to explain that pain, because I am nowhere near exaggerating, nowhere near. Anyway, my camera died again, sorry. But basically, in conclusion with this video, because I should probably end it soon, I just don't know, basically, and that's why I haven't vlogged, because that's what's been going on. So sorry about the sort of lack of videos. I will be hopefully getting back to doing them properly now. Just been a bit of a weird week for me, so just been very emotional and horrible and painful for me. So yeah, because I share like my life with you guys, and I just wanted to keep you in the know, and the best way to do it was to sort of just compile it all into this video. So I hope I haven't missed anything out. If you have like any questions, then you can just post them in the comments. I will try to reply to as many comments as I can. So yeah, if you're sort of confused about anything, then just go ahead and ask me and I will answer you there. So yeah, I just don't know what my body's doing. It doesn't make sense. I just always seem to have some sort of issue, whether it's mental or physical. There's always has to be just an upsettance with me, no matter what it is. I'm just an absolute mess. So yeah, and I appreciate any sort of compliments that say, like, oh, like, don't put yourself down, but it's really hard not to when the way that I act is not the way I want to act. It's just the way my brain tells me to act, and then I like can't control myself. It really sucks because it's not how I want to be, but just it's not easy at all, and I am trying my best. So yeah, I'm sorry if I've ever sort of upset anyone or anything like that. It's mostly people in real life though, like it doesn't really happen much on the internet. It's just mostly occurrences in real life. So yeah, I'm just socially inept, so that's why it happens, and it's sort of really ruining the poker thing for me, because people are starting to obviously not like me because of the ways that I've been acting. So I just really hope that I can fix it somehow. I've been taking my medication for about a week and a half. It's going to be 2 weeks in a few days, and nothing's changed. It hasn't made me feel any different so far, so I don't know when it's going to start working or whether I need to up the dosage or what, but I have a follow-up appointment with my doctor in like a week and a half or something like that. So yeah, anyway, I've been rambling on for too long now, so I'm just going to end the video here. Thanks for listening to me, and this is just basically an update on what's going on and what's been happening the past week. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I love you all.